In my 12 years as an artist, I've only made real progress in my art style and personal voice when I've seeked it out intentionally. I've explored different methods and tried a bunch of things, and only when I was trying those things did I make progress. A lot of art teachers will tell you not to focus on art style. You will find your art style once you draw enough, just draw more, and then you will eventually find it. And the reason why a lot of these teachers say this is because they deal with a lot of beginners who use art style as an excuse to procrastinate on actually drawing. A lot of these students, they will spend time just thinking about art style instead of actually sitting down to draw the basics. They skip through all that. They just sit around, think about art instead of actually making art. So up front, I want to say that all these methods, all these personal voice methods, all these questions that you can explore to find your art style only truly matter if you are drawing semi-regularly. You need to be drawing. So if you don't have your art habits set just yet, check out the Absolutely Everything bundle that's linked below. I have an art habits section that I go through all the different strategies for drawing more regularly. Obviously, you do not need my help to figure that out, but I shared a bunch of different strategies that I've used that helped me a ton. So if you're interested in that, check out the link below. But develop your art habit first. And moving forward, I'm going to assume that you draw semi-regularly so you have some sense of momentum in your drawing practice. What I will also say is having some direction for your art style does make it easier to draw more. I found that every time I find some clarity about my art style, I end up drawing way more because it relieves me a lot of the anxieties and questions about my art style. So for some of you, if you feel like you have zero idea where your art style is going, that can be a little bit frustrating and that can make it harder to draw regularly. So I do think that some of these practices can help you increase your art habit, but it's not a replacement for actually drawing, so keep that in mind. One of the biggest challenges for finding your personal voice and art style is the amount of external input that you get. To figure out your personal voice and your art style, right? So you have personal voice, which is like why you make the art, the messaging, the themes, and then art style is a layer on top of that, which is like the stylistic decisions that you make. These two things, they're part of the same thing. The reason why it's hard to figure this stuff out is because there's so much external input that you get from social media, YouTube, other artists that you admire. So it becomes harder and harder to listen to what you are actually interested in. So I think this is the main challenge and the reason why so many artists struggle with art style. If you are someone who has a bunch of different inspirations artistically, and you look at painters, you look at people who draw, look at tattoo artists, and you consume all of this content that's beautiful, right? All this beautiful art by these different artists. It can be hard to figure out what you actually want to make yourself because you love all of these different things, and all that external input makes it hard to listen to your inner voice. To find your art style, you have to be able to listen to those whispers, the whispers of the muse that come from within you. There are strategies that you can use that rely on using external inspiration. This is something I go through in the Inner Artist course. But if you've always consumed a lot of art throughout your entire life, if your entire art journey has been full of always consuming external input, then it can be very hard to listen. So the detox method, this method that helped me a ton. When I tried this method, I learned so much about myself. The detox method is essentially taking a break from consuming all art content, including art videos like mine, any art. Just stop looking at art altogether and just sit with your sketchbook and just draw over and over again. I think this is especially important for students who've been spending a lot of time improving their technical ability. So if you spent the past 2 months focused on my 54 free drawing exercises, then maybe you should take a break from that for a moment and just draw for yourself. You've improved your technical skills, you've focused on that, take a break from it. Trust me, your skills will not disappear. Taking a break can help those ideas and those concepts really sink into your mind. Enjoy your drawing practice for a while. Just take a break from all that stress, try to enjoy your drawing practice again and return to just being yourself on the paper. And that doesn't mean that you have to look at those drawing exercises anymore. Just take a break from it completely. Do not even force yourself to apply what you've learned. If what you've learned doesn't really fit you and doesn't really suit you, you will discover this through this detox method. Now you want to select a period of time that you're going to do this within. So if you are someone who draws a lot, if you draw every single day, then maybe a week is enough. But if you're someone who only draws once in a while, you might have to take 2-3 weeks away from consuming content and just drawing for yourself, because it takes time for your mind to realize that you can release these expectations that you have on what you should be making. That is the main challenge here. Almost always we come back to this question of, What are your expectations for your art practice? A lot of times you have these expectations about what your art style should look like, and you've developed those expectations by consuming all of this content, right, from different art teachers telling you to like focus on form so you can draw everything that you want to draw, or focus on this, focus on colors. All of these ideas, you've consumed all of this content and built these expectations into your mind. So when you sit down to draw, you automatically lean into those expectations. Once we detox away from those expectations long enough, you'll hear your own inner voices and you'll realize like, wait, why do I need to draw this? I don't actually believe that. I actually enjoy drawing this way. Oh, this way that I learned, like, doing thumbnails. Doing thumbnails for illustrations is good, but I don't actually like doing thumbnails. And honestly, I prefer just doing loose sketches and inking right on the page because that captures more of the energy. That's actually who I am. That is actually my style. That's actually my way of working that feels right for me. And you're only going to discover these types of things once you take a break from consuming all of this external content. These external voices are helpful. Obviously, I believe in education. I teach students, but I also tell students to take breaks from these exercises, take breaks from my courses, and just be yourself for a moment and see what comes out naturally. The more art content that you have consumed, the longer this will take. So for some of you, if you've consumed content on a daily basis about art for a long period of your life, and you feel confused about your art style, you might have to take a break for a month or two. And I know that can be hard, especially if consuming art videos inspires you to draw. That can be a little bit difficult, but just try it out. Try it out for a short period of time if you're nervous about it, but just give yourself the space to explore your actual voice. What happens when you release some of these expectations that you have, which if you write out those expectations, that's even more helpful. But if you just give yourself the room to play, give yourself a month to play in your sketchbook and assume that you won't improve. Right? Release the expectation of needing to improve, because who said you need to improve? Even though progress feels good, if you're forcing progress, it won't feel good. Right? If you have all these expectations that you need to improve, then improvement doesn't feel good. But if you release those expectations and you improve through exploration and having fun, then it's actually really satisfying. Even if the progress is very slow, it's fun because you're not constantly forcing this improvement. You're not constantly pushing yourself to catch up to some artist that you've set your milestone for. You're maybe following an artist online, a YouTuber, who you think, like, oh, I want to draw like this person. I want to draw like Kim Jong-il. So I need to like force myself to do all these exercises and I'm going to try to sprint all the way there. But as you set those expectations, you'll draw less and less and you won't hear your own inner voice. A lot of the artists who you love online, their voice comes through what they do. It's not an accident that all the artists who are popular online is because they have an art style that matches them and they focus on themes that make sense for them. A lot of artists online will focus on themes and just repeat the same themes over and over again. There are artists online who only focus on drawing flowers and they explore a specific theme using flowers. And they do that for their entire life in a single style because it aligns with who they are. If you don't find this alignment within your own creative voice, it's very hard to stick to something long term. So if you are someone who's jumping from project to project, it might mean that you're very creative, which is a good thing. But if you lose interest really quickly, it might mean that you don't have deep connection with your inner voice. And the problem with that is that you will lose energy over and over again. You'll stop drawing and then the voice will finally kick in and it'll get loud enough that you're willing to draw again, and then you'll stop again. But if you take a break from all these external voices, you can spend time with that internal voice and you can listen to it. You can develop your ear for that voice, for those whispers, and then it becomes so much easier to draw over and over again, repeating a lot of the same themes, repeating a lot of the same subject matter, because it's who you are. It's actually aligned with what you're interested in, instead of all these external expectations of what would get you the approval that you want. And the secret here is, if you are someone who wants external validation, you'll get the most amount of validation by being yourself. Think about this in terms of the people that you meet in real life. Who are the people that are the most impressive to you? For me, it's always the people who know themselves, who are with themselves, accept themselves, and just enjoy their life. Instead of trying to force themselves to be something that they're not, instead of trying to be fake, instead of trying to fit into this weird archetype that is a lot of times gender specific, if the person is just who they are, and allow themselves to be themselves, those are the people I want to spend the most amount of time with. Now, it's nice if they're also trying to improve themselves a little bit, but I think the combination of improving while accepting themselves is the most beautiful. And that is also true for artists. A lot of the artists that I look at, when I look at their art, a lot of times I can see that they know who they are. They have some confidence in their artistic voice. Obviously, they still push themselves and they talk about ways they want to improve, but ultimately, at their core, they can hear the muse within. Their ear is so well connected to that inner voice and they lean into it. And you do not get there by just following advice that's external. And I know that telling you this isn't necessarily good for my art business, but it is what I believe. For you to find your inner voice, you have to spend time with yourself. You have to spend time in silence. You have to draw with yourself. You have to take your sketchbook and just lean into what aligns with you. And that can be hard. That can be hard sometimes. Sometimes you will find through this process that you've been lying to yourself. You've been telling yourself a story about what you should be as an artist. And as you go through this detox method, you will discover that actually, oh, whoa, I thought I needed to draw portraits, but I actually enjoy drawing landscapes, these abstract landscapes. That's actually what aligns with me. When I draw and do that, I feel good. I feel energized. It aligns with who I am. Oh, I like hiking. And this makes sense. This makes sense. Why did I think I needed to draw portraits? And then as you introspect on these ideas, you realize that you set these expectations on yourself because maybe you saw that on Instagram, a lot of portrait artists get a lot of attention. But in the same vein, you didn't realize that landscape artists also get the same amount of attention, but you just narrowed your scope accidentally based on the algorithm. And now all these things are falling away as you take a break from consuming content and you just listen to your inner voice. This method of finding your personal voice can be amplified if you sit down and write out your expectations, because ultimately that's what this is about. This is a way for you to hear yourself, let those voices fall aside. You can amplify this if you just sit down, write them out. You have to be very honest with yourself what expectations you have on your art practice. What does it mean to make good art? If I ask yourself, what kind of drawing do you have to make for you to consider it good? Write out all of the things that come up, right? What are the skills that you need? What is the subject matter? Are there specific color schemes? Are there specific amount of details that you need? Write all of these out and then ask yourself if you actually believe those things. I go through this in the beginning of my inner artist course because I know perfectionism is what holds back most artists. If you're interested in that, check out the Absolutely Everything bundle. But as always, you can do these things on your own. You do not need my help, but this might speed you along. Keep in mind that ultimately it's about enjoying your art practice. So the reason why we want to take a break from these expectations, the reason why we want to put aside some of these critical voices is so that we can enjoy our practice. Yes, it's enticing to find your art style and personal voice so you can get external validation. That is very enticing. Yes, it feels nice to maybe find that creative confidence. But the real reward from creative confidence is enjoying your art practice. I enjoy my art practice a lot more now that I've actually found my voice and where I can lean into things. And the more I accept myself, the more I let go of those voices, the easier that becomes. So always keep in mind that the enjoyment of the art practice should come first. Everything else is just gravy, right? It's all the side pieces. Do not worry so much about getting good. Find ways to enjoy your practice. If you are someone who's consumed so much content and you feel all this pressure, if it feels heavy to sit down to draw, you've set too many expectations on your art practice. It does not need to feel heavy. It can feel light. It can feel like going for a walk in the park, but it takes practice. You need to grapple with it. You need to unravel some of those knots because those knots are very natural. I think it's a huge part of just being human. Your art practice isn't separate from the rest of your life. The complicated aspects of being an artist are tied together with all the other aspects of your life. That's why so much of your personal voice is going to link back to other things. You do not know the answer to that just yet, probably, if you are a beginner artist, so don't worry too much about it. But in hindsight, you will find that your personal voice actually connects to these things that you maybe didn't think about in a long time. It's aspects of your personality. Once you find your personal voice, a lot of your friends are going to be like, that is so you. They'll point to it and be like, that is who you are. You are on this page. And you're going to look at it and be like, what? How does that make sense? You won't have a logical explanation for it, but your friends will emotionally feel that way. The more you are able to align with your muse, within your inner voice, it will make sense, but you have to give yourself space and room and freedom to find that. So check out the Detox Method, try it out, take a break from consuming any content, then explore your drawing and try to listen to that voice. Explore, allow yourself room, make bad art, make tons of ugly art, right? That's the number one. Day one, write out your expectations and then make tons of ugly art. Just explore, see what is fun. And once you feel joy, right? If you make certain lines and suddenly joy comes up in you, pay attention to that. Follow that thread, pull on a little bit very lightly. We're not grabbing onto it as if it's like a rope. It's a very thin thread. We're gonna pull on it and maybe it snaps and we're like, okay, that wasn't the right thread, and we'll keep exploring, right? So just play with it, flow with it. Try to release some of the expectations. I know that's very hard to do. It's not an easy thing to do. The reason why we want to give ourselves time in this method is because it's not an easy thing to do. Unraveling all these expectations that you built up over years is not easy. It takes time. So don't expect yourself to figure this out really quickly. Give yourself room, give yourself time. There's no point in rushing this anyways, because at the end of every drawing, you're going to do another drawing. That's it. There's just more drawings. It's drawings all the way down. Every time you finish one drawing, oh, blank paper, another drawing. And it just keeps going. And it's infinitely more drawings, so don't rush it. Try to enjoy it and just let yourself explore. There's no end point. There's no destination. Getting good is not going to make you feel great about your art. The way to feel great about your art is figuring out how to enjoy it right now. So try out the detox method. Let me know how it goes. Take a break, stop consuming content, and see where that takes you. Appreciate y'all. See you guys in the next video.